This is the story of Leo the Lion, King of the Jungle. You can read along with me in your book. It's time to turn the page when you hear this sound. Let's begin now. Far away in the deepest part of the African jungle, there was a proud and vain lion named Leo. Now Leo had reason to be proud, for he was the biggest, strongest, and most handsome lion anywhere. And so he became king of all the jungle beasts. When he first became king, Leo tried to be good and kind to the other animals. But as time passed, he thought less and less of the others, and more about himself.
And why not?
Thought Leo.
I'm the strongest, most handsome fellow in the whole jungle. Besides, I'm king. I can do whatever I please.
After a while, the other animals began to ignore Leo because he was so mean and selfish. But Leo didn't even notice because he was too busy acting important. Then one day there was trouble in the jungle. In a small clearing among the towering trees, there was a mother lioness and her young cub. The cub was called Tui, and he was as cute and cuddly as Leo was big and fierce. He was busy chasing a butterfly through the brush and was making quite a racket.
Tui, stop that noise. Anyone for miles around can hear you,
his mother scolded.
Yes, ma'am,
said Tui, barely slowing his pursuit of the butterfly. Oh, that cub of mine, sighed his mother with a smile. She was proud of her young son.
He'll grow to be a fine lion someday.
She was so busy watching Tui that she didn't hear the two hunters sneaking through the trees behind her. Before she knew it, a large net flew over her and she fell, hopelessly trapped.
Got her,
said the first hunter.
Hurry and grab that cub.
I'll get him. You just watch that mama, Jack.
The second hunter ran toward Tui, who sat shaking with fear near his mother, who struggled under the net. Quick, Tui, run, get help.
I won't leave you, Mama,
Tui cried.
I'll fight them both myself.
No, run, Tui, run. Tui took a last look at his mother, then ran off as fast as he could. The hunters grabbed the lioness and put her in a cage. They looked for Tui, but he was hiding under a banana leaf. He could only sit and watch as the men carried the cage away to their camp. Then, with tears in his eyes, he crept off into the jungle. Before too long, Tui saw a giraffe eating his lunch of leaves, his head high in the trees.
Excuse me, Mr. Giraffe. Can you help my poor mother? She's been captured by hunters and is trapped in a cage.
The giraffe looked around.
Where are you?
I'm down here,
said Tui, tugging at the giraffe's long leg.
Please, won't you help me?
Sorry, kid. If you need help, why don't you talk to King Leo? He's supposed to be in charge around here. Maybe he'll help you, if he's not too busy sleeping.
The giraffe wandered off, searching for more juicy leaves. Tui hung his head and went on his way. After a while, he saw a crocodile sunning himself on the banks of a river. Tui walked up to the sleeping beast and shook his tail.
Wake up, Mr. Crocodile. Please, I need your help.
Tui told the story of the hunters and his mother, but the crocodile only shook his scaly head and said,
Sorry, boy. I don't get involved with hunters. Better tell King Leo, though I don't know if he'll care.
And so it went. All through the jungle, whenever Tui asked for help, he was told the same thing. Try to get King Leo the Lazy, for some called him that behind his back, to help. So Tui walked on until he finally found the king curled up on a rock, fast asleep and snoring.
Excuse me, sir,
whispered Tui.
Please, sir, wake up.
He tried again, a little louder. Nothing.
King Leo, help!
He shouted as loud as he could.
What's the matter?
The startled lion leapt to his feet, nearly knocking Tui over.
What do you mean by shouting so? Don't you know I'm the king?
Why, yes, sir.
Said Tui,
That's why I came to you.
and he told the whole story of the hunters and his mother.
So you see, sir, I really need your help.
Now, son, listen to me.
Said King Leo.
I can't be running off every time some poor creature gets herself caught. Why, I'd have no time for any of my other royal duties.
Like what?
Asked Tui.
Like what? I'll tell you what.
Sputtered the king.
Oh, go away. You wouldn't understand, being only a cub and all.
I understand plenty.
Tui replied.
I understand that the other animals are right. You are a terrible king. You don't care about anyone but yourself.
King Leo looked at the little cub standing bravely before him.
They say that about me?
He asked softly.
Yes, and a lot worse. Don't worry. I don't need your help. I'll rescue my mama by myself.
Tui turned and started to walk away.
Wait, boy. Maybe you're right. I have been selfish. Maybe I can help.
King Leo called a meeting of all the animals. At first, no one wanted to come. But when Leo told Tui's story and promised to be a better king and help them, they agreed.
But how do we stop the hunters?
Asked Monty, the python.
They have guns.
Don't worry, everybody. I've got a plan.
Leo replied. King Leo told the animals his secret plan. They listened carefully, nodded, then moved off through the jungle. The hunters were in their camp, sitting beside a bright fire. There were many cages scattered around, cages filled with animals from all over the jungle. And there, in one large cage at the edge of the jungle, was Tui's mother. She looked very sad and pushed weakly at the iron bars. Tui nearly cried out when he saw her, and only Leo's big paw across his mouth kept Tui quiet.
Shh. Don't make a sound,
whispered Leo.
Don't worry, cub. We'll free your mother and the other animals too. Just remember your part, son. You're the key to the whole thing.
I know. Just leave it to me,
said Tui. Tui bravely marched out into the open.
Why, look what we have here, Jack,
said one of the hunters.
Looks like Sonny Boy came to visit his mama.
Welcome, lad. We've been looking for you,
laughed the hunter called Jack.
You'll bring a pretty penny at the circus.
Jack bent down to scoop Tui into a bag. But just then, Leo gave a signal and the rest of the plan began. From one side of the camp, the elephants came, trumpeting as loudly as they could. Then from the other side, hyenas charged the hunters, laughing wildly all the way. The confused hunters tried to get away, but they were trapped. King Leo bounded from the jungle and stood fiercely in front of the frightened men. He shook his thick mane and bared his long teeth in a snarl.
So, you dare to trap my friends?
He roared.
Why, I should eat you both right now. I bet you would taste good.
No, we're skinny and tough,
cried Jack.
We would taste awful.
Yes,
said the other hunter.
We're dirty, and we smell bad too. You don't want to eat us, really?
King Leo thought for a moment, then spoke.
Very well. You will release all of the animals. You must leave my kingdom at once and promise never to return. And you must swear never to hunt animals again. Mind your promises, for if I hear that you have broken your word, I will hunt you down and I will have a good meal, dirty and tough or not.
The hunters quickly agreed and set all the animals free. Then they turned and ran as fast as they could into the jungle. Tui sat quietly beside his mother, and she licked his soft fur and kissed him.
My brave son, she purred. I knew you would be a fine lion someday. I just didn't know it would be so soon.
Aw, Ma, it was King Leo who had the plan,
He said. But King Leo said,
Tui, it was you who showed me so much. I had forgotten what it was to really be king, to care about others, to see what the danger is, and to be a leader, not just call yourself one. That is true bravery.
In the years ahead, Leo and Tui worked together to help the other jungle creatures. And when the time was right, Leo gave Tui the crown. And the jungle was a place of peace and harmony for even the smallest and weakest of the jungle beasts.
Thank you so much.